Hi everyone, and welcome back to our cooking show. Hi Mum.
Hi darling, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very well.
Great. Well, thank you so much everyone for the positive feedback we've had and comments, and it's great to see that you're enjoying our recipes. Again, you know, Mum's such a great chef and teacher, so it's a wonderful opportunity for not only myself but everyone out there to learn some tips and tricks to beautiful Indian cooking. So today we're going to cook one of our favourites. It's certainly my husband's favourite, and that's corn mutton, and we're going to do that with potatoes. And then I want to do a vegetarian dish for Mum and myself, which is just a really simple vegetable curry. So I've actually this time pre-cut some vegetables. I've actually got the potatoes cut into little cubes, and I'm just going to speed up the process by popping those potatoes in the microwave for about 5 minutes, and in that time we'll be cooking all the beautiful spices and onion and garlic. So I just like to give them a little bit of a rinse. So we'll pop those in. And I'm going to put it on, at the moment, on high in the microwave for 5 minutes. Fantastic. And I will, so what I did, I actually cut, for the corn mutton, I'm actually going to, instead of dicing the onions, I'm going to just do just rounds, and that's really nice, just have them sliced. So I will just show you, I've done a few there. I'll pop the fry pan on. So I'm putting it on with my cooktop. High goes to 9, because it is really difficult, isn't it, Mum, when you're either cooking with gas or electricity, the temperature. So I'm putting it from a 9 being high, I'm putting it on a 6 at the moment, and we'll just let that heat up so you can see it's nice red hot. And again, we're using Mum's favourite oil, which is mustard oil.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll open that. And I'm using about 2 tablespoons.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay. So this is how we're slicing the onions. I'm just doing, oops, that one doesn't belong there. So just very simply slicing them rather thinly. If you have, some people like to use a food processor, or they have the graters, yeah. So you can use that as well, but I just like to give it a really quick, nice thin chop, and it just adds a different dimension to your food rather than everything being chopped the same way. So once the oil is swirling around nicely, now what spices do we put in, Mum? In the corn mutton.
Oh, well, first you put 4 on.
Yes.
Cumin, mustard.
Okay, so they're the basics actually, and I'm putting about a teaspoon in of the black mustard seeds. Now the cumin.
Have you got fenugreek?
And I have fenugreek.
Yeah.
So about equal amount.
I usually put a pinch, but
a pinch, yes.
Yeah, just
I'll do a sprinkle.
yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah.
So we've got in there at the moment,
Yeah.
and I'll just show you, because the spices just like that in that beautiful oil.
Have you got curry leaf?
And I have curry leaves. So I mentioned my last show that I have this beautiful little tree. I actually got from Mum's garden, and they're just really delicate little leaves and beautiful smell.
Mm.
So we'll just use a strip of those, and that's in. So it's a teaspoon of cumin, mustard, and fenugreek.
And
And the curry leaves. Great. So I'll pop these on my chopping board. So for 1 tin of corn mutton, we're using 1 brown onion. And we'll just give that a stir. And when the seeds begin to pop, that's when you know it's time to add the onion, correct? I'm going to, how many garlic, Mum, should we
many you got?
I've got plenty. Plenty. As many as you.
Oh, well, you can put 3.
3? Okay. So I slice them first, and then I give them a bit of a chop. So Mum, tell me a little bit about growing up in Fiji before you came here to Australia. Did you grow up on a farm?
Yeah, I grew up on my father had a sugarcane plantation near the river, and also near the house we had a little sort of a garden as well. We grew a lot of things around like vegetables.
Yes.
There, so we had a veggie patch, you call it, and in the sugarcane plantation we used to, one part of the garden they used to plant, I don't know if you know, snake beans, bora beans, and all those kinds of things.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we used to grow all that. It was very self-sufficient life, you know, and corn.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so we just used to cook it. Corn, we used to grate it, fry it, or boil it and bake it. It was very tasty, you know, fresh.
Yes, yeah, nothing like fresh
Yeah,
vegetables from the garden.
yeah,
Mum, do I add the chillies now?
yeah. Well, I usually put a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, okay. So we'll just put my sprinkle.
Yeah, that'd be alright.
That's equivalent to
Yeah, that's
a
alright.
teaspoon. And we'll give that a stir. So again, it's just looking beautiful. Look at that, Mum.
Good. Yeah, they're looking great.
So we'll just let them get transparent. I did hear the microwave go off. That was a really quick 5 minutes. So let's see how the potatoes are doing.
Might need longer perhaps.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yes. So we'll pop them in for another.
Another 5.
Okay.
It's amazing, potatoes take long.
Yes, and it depends on your microwave too. So I'm actually not sure how many kilowatts that is, but it's just, you just want to cook them until they just start to become soft, isn't it? Because you're going to be just finishing them off in the fry pan. So again, this is frying beautifully. What other spices do we need to add, Mum?
Turmeric first.
Okay, and how much would you say is that?
Oh, just a sprinkle.
A sprinkle, okay. But probably more like about
a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, or 2, yeah. Again, you know, there's so many beautiful properties in our spices, medicinal, and turmeric is certainly one of them. Fantastic. And again, just so you can see that beautiful colour, beautiful golden colour, and it smells incredible. So that is just frying nicely there. Do we need to put curry powder in, Mum? And do you put it normally in your corn mutton?
Yeah, yeah.
We do, okay.
Yeah.
So again, do you think just a sprinkle?
Yeah, good tablespoon.
A good tablespoon, okay.
Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah.
Okay, good. So it's really great when you have a bit of an eye for measuring. And the thing with Indian food is it doesn't really have to be overly precise, does it, Mum, with the spices? If you like a particular...
Mild, you know, extra hot or medium.
Yes, and even with the spices, if you like a particular spice, like
light and medium,
black mustard seeds or cumin, if you really like that
you can
flavour.
interchange, you know?
Yes, and you can just vary. So please don't be too caught up on the quantities, but I will put them on the recipe on the site as well. So we've got it's a really quick dish. At what point, Mum, will I add the corned mutton? So
well, as soon as the onion is sort of fried,
transparent,
okay. Sort of.
With an upset. So, Mum, tell me a little bit about animals that were on the farm where you grew up.
Oh, we had the chickens, ducks, goats, and what else? Chicken, goat, duck. Oh, there were pretty, I don't know what you call it.
Did you have any pets?
Yeah, I had a very nice dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the dog, but it was a very...
That's okay, it doesn't really matter.
Very
It's a long
special.
time ago. And any other pets that you had?
Yeah, just I had my own milking cow,
Yes. Yeah.
my own. And I had goat,
Yes.
and I had ducks,
Yes. Any other
chickens.
any other pets that you had?
No, not really, just the...
So no horses or anything like that? No horses?
Oh yes, I had my own horse, and I had my own mare.
Oh, I love it.
Very pretty Mary her name was.
Yeah, Mary.
And I was in charge of this, take her to the river to have a bath, wash her, and then drink and come back, and I was in charge. It was very good. She was so good, she let me touch it, and
Yes, I do remember growing up, Mum talking about a horse that she had, so I just wanted to prop her memory. And that would have been absolutely beautiful, growing up organically on a farm.
Very interesting, and everything sort of worked out that way. We even had goats.
Yes, and I think growing up, I just remember Mum always going out to the garden, picking the fresh vegetables, and it was just a really beautiful way to grow up in a very healthy way, obviously. And I would certainly like to be doing that myself, but I don't have the space. So the next best thing is just growing what you can grow, and trying to incorporate as many vegetables as you can.
That's really good.
Yes. And tell me about what age you went to boarding school. And
I was 10 years old when I went to boarding school.
Right.
And I was there till boarding school.
How long?
I was there till I went to do nursing.
In Australia.
Yeah, so
They're ready.
I'm just trying to think.
And how was it? How was it at boarding school? Did you just go weekdays and then come home on weekends?
Not weekends, because my parents lived a long way, so I couldn't go for the weekends, only on the holidays, like some kind of 3 or 4 days off, those kind of...
Yes, like long weekends.
Yeah, long weekends and that.
I'm just going to add the corn mutton now. Sorry, Mum. And that would have been absolutely fantastic for you to get back home. And
oh yes.
And what was the food in the in the boarding school like?
Well, boarding school was very, very plain. We used to have toast for breakfast.
Right.
Dal and rice for lunch.
Yes.
And dinner time used to be roti with some vegetable curry. Except on Thursdays we used to have goat curry.
So that's where you got the love of the goat curry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just mixing that in here, and again it's just incorporating nicely with the onion and spices.
You put salt there?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me, Mum. I always go light on the salt and I tend to forget it sometimes. How much salt shall I add?
Oh, just a good pinch.
Okay.
I don't measure, I just...
No, I know.
Yeah, that's enough. That's plenty.
Okay.
You put chili, did you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's look good.
Yes, isn't it? Can you see that?
Very good, yeah.
So that's incorporated nicely, and all we're going to do now is add our pre-cooked potatoes. Again, you can cook them, if you don't want to use the microwave, you just put all your spices in, onion, add the potatoes then, and then finally add the corn mutton. So I know a lot of people don't like necessarily using microwaves, and that's fine. It's really lovely to do things like we used to back before all these modern gadgets were invented. And I'll just show you, that's it there.
Looks good.
And that's just so you can see. It looks just really fantastic. So I might pop the lid on it now, Mum. And just let that simmer for a while. So I'm going to turn it down to number 1.
Yeah.
That's okay?
Yeah.
And I'll just swing that around there. And we're going to now do our vegetable curry. And this time I'm doing vegetable curry with chickpeas because that's something a little bit nice as well. So you can either, again, you can say I'm really into shortcuts. We're using tin chickpeas, but the other way to use the...
Well, you soak it.
Yes.
Overnight.
Yes.
And if it's better to parboil it before you put in the curry.
Okay.
Save time, otherwise you can cook it, take longer.
So I've just popped, again, about 2 tablespoons of oil in the saucepan. And we're going to do our onions. So this time I did slice
Have you
them.
putting cumin mustard?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will. I'll just let the oil heat up. And this time I'm going to chop the onion, just for something different, into the vegetable curry. Got away. And this is what we love. Apart from our dal and rice, we absolutely love our vegetable curry, don't we, Mum?
We do.
So that oil will now be nice and hot, and we're going to add our basic ingredients again, which is our cumin, and again about a teaspoon, and our black mustard seeds. I really love the flavour of cumin, and black mustard seeds.
Have you got fenugreek?
Fenugreek. There we go.
Have
So-
you got curry leaf?
Yes. It's great. Mum's my checklist. And there's the curry. That's great. So we're going to just just wait till the seeds start popping, and then we'll add our onion. And I will also now just quickly cut up my garlic. How many garlic this time, Mum?
Oh, they're small?
About that size.
Yeah, do 3.
3, okay. Again, if you love a lot of garlic like we do, you can always add more,
Yeah.
isn't it, Mum?
I like garlic, I use plenty.
Yes, I know. Keeps all the colds and flus away.
But I never get sick.
No, I know. Touch wood. So I can hear the seeds popping now. So we're going to add first the onion, and on the temperature, I've actually got it on 6 again, number 6, and I'll just pop the garlic in there. So we'll give that a stir. I have my vegetarian cooking utensils. And with that, so we've got the spices, we've got the onion, garlic. Will I add the chilli seeds next?
Did you put turmeric?
Not yet. I'll put the turmeric now.
Yeah.
Okay. And curry powder?
Yeah.
So these are the basics that I always cook with, and when you have them ready on hand, but as you're probably aware, there are so many spices in Indian cooking, and I think that's sometimes the thing that stops people from cooking Indian food is because they think they have to have just a whole rack of spices, whereas really, as you can see, you only need a few, or any others that you fancy. So we'll give that a beautiful stir. And shall I add the chilli now, Mum?
Yes, please.
That was
No, a bit heavy.
that was about 2.
I mean, all right for us, then it might be hard for Daniel.
About 2 tablespoons. Oh, he'll be fine.
He can eat?
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we're going to, that's frying away.
Yeah, well, potato is the hardest to cook, I think.
Longest to cook. So in my vegetables here, I've got carrot, capsicum, white potato, but also sweet potato, beans, and celery.
Yeah, but
Potato first.
potato and what's this?
Sweet potato.
Sweet, put both
Those.
together.
Okay.
Is the carrot?
Carrot.
Well, that put all together because they all take similar time, you know.
Okay. And then we'll add the beans because they don't take as long, and the spinach.
Yeah, then celery.
Celery. Okay. So you just let me know as we go, Mum. So I'm putting both of the potatoes, the sweet potato and the white potato. I use brown onions to cook with too, by the way, because I didn't mention that. And I'm also putting the
Carrot.
But I just love all the colours. It's just a really great way to incorporate all of your vegetables.
Maybe you can put celery as well.
Celery, okay.
Because that might, you know.
Take a while.
Yeah. What else you got left?
I've got beans and I've got capsicum and
I think you could
tomatoes.
put the beans too, because that looks a bit heavy, you know. Take longer to cook.
Do they take as long as the potatoes? And
Yeah, I think so. Because those beans look.
Okay, so these are just green beans. And I've just cut them into just pieces so big, probably 1 to 2 centimetres or an inch, I guess.
Sort of 1/4 inch, you know.
But it really again depends on you. If you like to, I really like all my vegetables, whether it's
On the raw side.
on the smaller side,
Oh yeah.
cut up. So it really just depends. But yes, also on the raw side is, you know,
It's better.
don't really like to overcook them too much. So we're still going. I've got a lot of beans here. But it doesn't matter if we have to add a few later on, that's fine. So as you can see, we're getting through all our vegetables here, and I will give them a stir and incorporate all the spices with the vegetables. How's that looking, Mum?
Yeah, that's look good. You put salt in yet?
Yes.
Oh,
No, I haven't. No, that was the last one.
Well, what I'm saying, if you don't put salt, it spoils it. Yeah, bit more touch.
Potatoes always seem to need that extra bit of salt, so. But again, you can always add it, which is my motto.
Oh yeah. Good.
Okay, so
But
how
it's
long?
usually it's better when you put salt when you're
Cooking, right. And tell me, Mum, that's looking like that.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'll just show you as well, so you can just have a comparison when you're cooking it at home. And how long do we cook that for? Mum, how long do we cook that for?
Oh, just till it's cooked, just soft. I mean,
Do you want to
maybe half an hour.
Well, we haven't got that long, but we might speed it up a
Oh,
little
well,
bit.
with that, you can heat it up maybe 10 minutes.
Do I put water in it?
Yeah, little bit to heat it cooks quicker. Hot water,
Because we want
Just
a bit of
a
juice,
quarter
don't we, with the
cup.
curry?
1/4 cup.
1/4 cup, okay. So there we go.
Yeah.
And again, you add the water depending how much juice that you like. I actually really like to have a little bit because when I'm eating it with the rice.
Well, then you have to add some more later.
Right.
Well, after it starts boiling, if you like a gravy,
Yes.
then you add a bit more, a 1/4 cup more.
Now?
Is it boiling?
No, I just put it on.
Oh.
So I'll pop it on and then so when it comes to the boil, then we'll add the water. Okay, got it. Okay, so in the meantime, we've also got our can of chickpeas, and I'm just going to pop them in a strainer just to get rid of the excess juice, and they're pretty much already cooked, aren't they, Mum? I like to rinse them.
they are.
So we'll add them like as the final ingredient.
Yeah.
And again, you can just see they're, like most legumes, they've always got a bit of soakiness, isn't it, to the liquid they're in once you put water to them, like the lentils. So we like to give them a nice big wash. There we go, and look at that, they're just coming out nice and clear.
Yeah.
Okay. These are actually organic chickpeas, but it's really, it's really your preference. Yeah.
Oh, still there.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a sambal. While that's cooking away, and I'll just give the corned mutton and potatoes a stir. Looking good, isn't it, Mum? Smells beautiful.
You don't eat.
No, Mum, because we're vegetarian, so we miss out on all the meat things, but being vegetarian, don't we? But that's why I cooked that for my husband. But we're going to have the vegetable curry. So I used to when I did eat.
That looks so good. I might try.
That's up to you.
I used to eat meat before. A long time ago, remember?
Yeah, just with me, I'm very much like once I've converted, maybe one day I might eat meat again, who's to say, but for the time being, it's a really healthy option to be vegetarian.
Oh yeah, corn mutton is not like meat.
Yeah, okay. Sorry?
I said corn mutton is not like meat heavy, it's nice and soft, corn mutton?
Yes, but being vegetarian, I wouldn't eat
Oh
it.
yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do another sambal, and this time we're doing, well, Mum, you tell me, because this is your recipe.
Oh, you want to make sambal?
Yes.
Oh, well, just put all that celery, carrot, onion.
Yep, so we're using red onion today for our celery. I've just popped, it's actually about half a red onion. So we can always add more later, but that's it just sliced up. And I'm going to very finely slice the celery, like that, Mum.
Yeah, that'd be alright.
That's okay?
Yeah, that'd be alright.
And then we're going to grate the carrot. So I've used about, this would be equivalent to one long stalk of celery. And just remember to peel those stringy bits. We don't want to eat them, do we, Mum? Nearly there. I always find cooking quite therapeutic. All the chopping and stirring and, yeah, so you sort of go to that happy place.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. So this is the
Sambal.
Yes, that's celery. And one thing, Mum, when I was looking actually at your cooking book, there's a page here where it's actually a really beautiful photo of you when you were doing your nursing training.
Oh.
So this is Mum in her 3rd year, and she's at the Royal Brisbane doing on night duty, and that's just really cute. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And when you came to Australia and were studying, what were some of the other things that you did?
Oh, I did dancing at the big, what do you call it, hall, city hall.
Yes.
With the other student nurses.
Right, and that's folk dancing there. So that's Mum getting ready
Indian
with her.
dancing, I taught them.
Yes, with her. So.
And we did at the city hall.
Right, and that's a nursing friend giving finishing touches to Jane, preparing for Indian folk dancing while another student looks on. And that's great, really wonderful. I really love looking back on these memories of Mum's because it was just such a fantastic time for her. And this is another one of Mum in a sari, and again, it's a shame it's all in black and white, but this is Mum, overseas students with Jane at the Royal Garden Party for Princess Alexandra of Kent, and at Government House in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And then you've got some feed.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah. So that was great.
Yeah, they're very interesting.
Yes. From nursing to cooking to teaching. That's a restaurant that I spoke about last time. Mum and Dad had an Indian restaurant in Southport, and Taj Mahal, House of Curries.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Fantastic. So, I'm going to make sure I use the right spoon, the vegetarian spoon. Oh, this is looking great. Wow. So I'll just show you there. Beautiful combination of all the vegetables.
Yeah, it looks great.
So we'll pop that back on, and I will turn it up high because we do need that accelerated cooking time. And now I'm going to grate, getting back to our sambal. So we've got the beautiful red onion, the celery, and now we're going to grate the carrot. So I really love baby carrots. They're just so sweet. So I've got 2 here, and that should be enough, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that would be good.
And one thing you have noticed already is that Indian food, it's so colourful, isn't it, Mum?
Very colourful.
That's one, and I'll just do a second one. And then, in addition to these 3 ingredients, so we've got 2 baby carrots, we've got 1 stalk of celery, we've got half a red onion slice. What else?
Garlic, did you put garlic?
Not yet, but I will. And we'll crush that because...
And chilli, of course.
I can't forget the chilli.
That's it. And salt, of course.
And salt. All right. So we'll pop that in. Great. Now, question, how many chillies, Mum? I've got these. We love bird's eye chillies. They're small, but they're extremely powerful.
I think 2.
2, okay.
I like 3, but my
No, yeah.
Huh?
Doesn't matter. What would you like, Mum?
3?
3? Okay, I've got 3. I made sure I had plenty after last week's episode, cooking show, because I know Mum just loves her chilli. And it just gives a different, it's such a different flavour, isn't it, Mum, to dry chilli? So I generally use dry chilli cooking over the stove.
Yeah, that's better, cooking dry chilli.
So that's all in there, and I will just get my spoon and give that a mix. How's that looking, Mum?
Oh, that looks good.
So we've got chilli. I will actually get the salt before I forget.
Have you got lemon juice?
I do.
Yeah, just put a bit of lemon juice over, that'd be great.
Okay, that's that. I actually don't have a fresh lemon.
Oh, well,
But
cider vinegar?
I have in a bottle.
Is that alright?
Yes, it's
Oh,
great.
okay. Put a little bit of that.
Yes.
Otherwise, cider vinegar will do.
And just lemon juice like that. So if you've got fresh lemon, fantastic.
Yeah, that's enough.
Just a little bit, okay. Or apple cider vinegar. Okay. Gosh, that smells amazing.
Looks good.
Anything else?
Now you put salt, chili,
Yes, salt, chilli.
garlic.
That's one thing I forgot.
Garlic?
Lucky I've got you, Mum.
Oh,
How many garlic shall I top in there?
how big is it? 2.
2. Yeah, I think they're like that size.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, so we'll give those a crush.
Yeah, that'd be great. Somehow garlic lifts the
Flavour.
looks good, dear.
Anything else you'd like?
No,
to add?
just I mean, if you had some greens like coriander leaves or parsley, you could put it in.
Oh, okay.
Seeing that you don't, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I actually don't.
Yeah, but you know, that can go there.
Yes.
Chopped coriander leaves would be nice.
Yes.
Or even mint.
I've got mint.
Oh, well,
Yes.
get some mint.
So I've just got some mint here, and I will just pull off some nice green bits. How many leaves, Mum?
Oh, just few leaves, just to give a bit of flavour, you know.
This one. Oops. And I really need to, where I live, I get a lot of western sun, and it's just really difficult to grow herbs in the heat
You
of
don't
the
grow
summer.
mint?
No, I haven't actually got anything growing at the moment. So,
You've got such a good top there.
yeah, it's just in the summer I get the western sun, so it's
Dry.
quite harsh. Yes, yeah, it
Oh.
kills them. So, for most of the afternoon I have hot sun, so I will have to try and formulate somewhere that I can. So, Mum, that's that beautiful mint
Yeah,
there.
that's all right. Thank you.
And I can see that's really adding to it. I do love coriander as well.
Yeah, you put salt?
Yes?
That's good.
How's that?
Yeah, lovely.
So we'll be having that later for dinner, for lunch. Okay. So I'll give this a stir. Oh wow, it's going crazy.
You put a bit of oil, didn't you?
I haven't yet.
Oh, a bit of oil with
Yeah, olive oil?
mustard.
Mustard. Okay, look at that.
Oh, that's great.
Steve's not going good. So that's actually cooking
Mm.
at a really great speed there, and oh, that's great. Okay, so sorry, Mum.
Put a bit of mustard oil in the salad.
It's about a teaspoon.
Oh, a bit more.
A little bit more. Okay, so I'll just do. I'm not sure if you can see that. So we'll just do.
A bit more, drop more. Yeah, that bit.
Drop.
Thank you. Mustard oil is so good for you.
It's great, isn't it? And you know, I know a lot of people are concerned about their cholesterol
Oh,
and so forth, but if you do have a look, research the oils. The body does need so much, and it certainly comes out in your skin. It gives you that really great glow, and internally. So, but you know, each their own. Mum and I don't cook with ghee in our everyday cooking, like traditionally it's done. We do prefer to go for the mustard, and I love olive oil as well.
yeah, mustard or olive oil both.
Yeah. Okay, so what else? Shall I add the remaining capsicum?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's time to add.
time to add. Right. And maybe the chickpeas?
Lastly, when everything is cooked, because that's cooked, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. When that's cooked, you just add, stir through and be ready.
Ooh. So there's going to be a few beans there that are left over, so they're going to be nice and crunchy. So we're getting through our tray there, and I'll just give that a really nice stir. At what point, Mum, because you know I do like to have a bit of gravy, at what point shall we add more water?
Well, you want gravy?
Yes.
Then as soon as you have to bring it to boil, and when the vegetables are cooked.
So bring it to boil without water?
Well, so what I mean, say fried and cooked,
Yes.
add water,
Okay.
yeah, then, yeah. And allow the water to come to boil as a gravy.
Okay, so I'm going to add the water now.
Yeah, hot water.
Yep. So I'm going to add 1 cup
Yeah, just try 1 cup.
and see how we go. That's actually looking like a really good quantity.
Is it? I think it is another half because
Another half? Okay. Because you want, we haven't quite covered the vegetables, so that's what we're wanting, isn't it, Mum?
Yeah, that's right. One bit of gravy, you know, sort of when you're eating with rice. I like it anyway. It's so tasty with the.
Me too. So that's just
Yeah,
almost
yeah, that'd
covering.
be perfect. Yeah.
I'll just show you there. So I'm not sure if you can see that. I am tilting it, but it's just covering the vegetables. So we're going to pop that on for another few minutes. And we'll boil that. I have actually turned the corned mutton off because that has cooked.
Did you put salt?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then it's ready. Looks good.
Yes. So I've also got the chickpeas, and I love, these are little mini Roma tomatoes. So did you want me to add any into the corned mutton? Do you normally add it in? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
And lastly, I will add some into the curry, but because they are so delicate.
You got some extra?
Yes, I've got plenty. I've got a
Oh,
ton.
okay. Just get some, yeah.
Yes, so.
You need in the corned mutton.
And again, it just adds that really pretty colour as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got some more.
That's alright.
The other thing also, I have to remember to use.
If you had coriander, you add it now. But anyway, that's alright. Well, I'm just telling you, you know?
Yes, yeah.
That's
So
good.
that's with the cherry tomatoes. And that we can pretty much just leave it, or cook the tomatoes will soften a little bit in its own steam and heat. And we're still continuing with our, that's bubbling away nicely, Mum. So I have also got my favourite baby spinach leaves, which are great. So we might, at what point shall we add the chickpeas in? Shall we add them in now, do you think, the chickpeas? Mum? Yes?
Yeah.
So they're drained, ready to go in. Give it a good stir. And we'll just pop the lid on. And voila. And I will cut some more of these tomatoes up to pop in the vegetable curry.
They're nice, cute tomatoes.
Aren't they? Great.
Did you grow them?
No, unfortunately not. These are the ones that I get, mini Roma tomatoes. You remember in the last show, Mum said that I should grow my own tomatoes because they are really simple. But again, I've put that on my to-do list because I haven't yet. I won't say had the time, but found the time to do it.
Yeah.
So I'll just pop that over there because we've used most of those ingredients. And I'm going to get my little serving dishes out. I might use that one for the corned mutton. And I'll use this one for the veggie curry. Okay. So we're nearly at that point. You getting hungry, Mum?
No, yeah, I will. I'm getting that way. Is it 12?
I think it's past 12 actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's the thing there. So I'm going to now transfer the corned mutton into this little dish. Actually, that's a bit more than what I anticipated. So I'm going to yet again change my serving dish.
I don't know what I did with my phone.
Oh, I've got it there, Mum.
Oh, that's all right. I thought I lost it.
Okay, so this is a little bit
That looks
better.
good.
I'll just get my spoon. Wow. This looks...
Daniel and I would love this. You don't eat
That's a
that.
corned mutton, Mum.
Eh?
corn mutton.
Yeah, but you don't eat
No,
that. Yeah.
no.
I eat corn mutton.
Oh,
Yeah, I eat corn mutton.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mum's part vegetarian and part meat eater. I think it's the only meat that
Yeah, I
she
don't
eats.
eat meat, but I like fish and that kind of thing, soft, you know? I eat prawns, fish.
Great.
Yeah.
That is just boiling away nicely.
Oh, that's good.
And I think we've come to the time where we're ready to serve. I will add the spinach.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And I'm just using about, well, I like to say handfuls, but probably about 200 grams of the baby spinach. Oops. Goes up. You can hear it bubbling away. And that, I normally turn the heat off for once I've added the spinach in, because it does soften on its own. And I will just pop those beautiful cherry tomatoes, or Roma tomatoes rather, in. I'm going to now pour that into my serving dish. Ooh. I think that will keep us going for a few days, Mum. Look at that. Wow. Got vegetables going everywhere.
Yeah, that is good.
Absolutely beautiful. So that the heat's turned off. I will just wipe down my bench. Okay. Look at that. So there we have it. We have our corned mutton and potatoes, our beautiful vegetable and chickpea curry, and our sambal, which is red onion, celery, carrot, garlic, chilli, and a splash of mustard oil. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Mum, for your tuition again of all your worldly knowledge with wonderful Indian cooking. And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.